The 2014 Acura MDX is the best SUV for you if you agree that sometimes less is more. Fully redesigned for the first time since 2007, Acura's flagship crossover is lower, narrower, and less powerful than the model it replaces. It still has 3 rows of seats, and the styling still suffers a little from Acura's odd notion of distinctive design. But there's more technology than ever, and for the first time, a 2-wheel drive model. And all that subtraction adds up to a better power-to-weight ratio for substantially better fuel economy. Is the sum of this redesign a $50,000 SUV that belongs on your shopping list? I'm Chuck Giametta. Join me for a car preview video review of the 2014 Acura MDX. Acura pitches a combination of performance and technology to set the MDX apart from such SUVs as the Lexus RX and Infiniti QX60 in the entry premium crossover segment, a tier below the likes of the BMW X5 and Mercedes-Benz M-Class. Compared with the outgoing model, this third-generation MDX has a 3-inch longer wheelbase and a 2-inch longer body, but it shrinks in other dimensions, and, helped by a structure that's now mostly aluminum and magnesium, it's nearly 300 pounds lighter than a comparable 2013 MDX. And that allows Acura to fit a smaller engine, a 3.5-liter V6, related to the one in its RLX sedan. It replaces a 3.7-liter, and while horsepower is down by 10 to 290 and torque drops slightly, this is a more sophisticated engine with direct fuel injection and other advances. So it actually packs more muscle per liter. And it automatically transitions to 3 cylinders in low-demand driving, a gas-saving trick making its first appearance at Acura after years in V6s from Honda, Acura's parent company. The more efficient engine, the reduced weight, even the aerodynamic advantages of the lower, narrower body help this 2014 MDX post fuel economy ratings among the very best in its competitive set. All-wheel drive versions rate 21 miles per gallon city highway combined, a whopping 17% better than before. Front-wheel drive versions, which Acura expects to account for 35% of MDX sales, rate 23 mpg combined. The folks who keep Honda a little behind the curve in the number of transmission gear ratios hold sway here too, so the MDX stays with a 6-speed automatic transmission. That's about on par with the MDX's direct rivals, but a differentiator between this SUV and the 7- and 8-speed automatics used in the European competition. The MDX is on point for all-wheel drive technology, though. Acura's integrated dynamics system now sends even more torque to the outside rear wheel during turns to help all-wheel drive models handle better. The system is standard on every MDX, and in sport mode it also sharpens throttle response over the normal and comfort settings. In addition, sport mode adds weight to the steering, which is now electrically assisted. New as well is a lighter rear suspension and Acura's Agile Handling Assist, which selectively applies brakes to further help cornering. The result is a 7-passenger mid-size crossover that feels reasonably athletic on the road and pleasantly maneuverable in tight spaces. Too bad steering feel is indistinct on center, to the detriment of highway cruising, and artificially heavy in sport mode, taking the fun out of fast cornering. Typical of Hondas and Acuras, the MDX favors a controlled ride over a cushy one. Bumps don't jar you, but you can't ignore them. Less weight and the better engine combine for ready acceleration, and passing response won't leave you pining for more gear ratios, especially if you use the standard paddle shifters. Finally, 3-layer acoustic glass, active noise cancellation, and other measures combine to create an impressively quiet crossover. That makes it easier to spend time in this fully redesigned cabin. The less is more approach is evident in the new dashboard, where Acura addresses a criticism of the previous MDX by reducing the number of buttons in the center stack from 41 to 9. This dual-screen setup works well enough, and we like its haptic feedback and easy-to-reach central controller. You'll appreciate smart design, like this little steering wheel control that adjusts audio volume and changes stations. We're also impressed that navigation is standard on 3 of the MDX's 4 trim levels. Voice recognition is good, and you can preload destinations with a phone app. Standard on every 2014 MDX is leather upholstery, heated front seats, and the convenience of keyless entry with push-button ignition. On paper, cabin volume is less than last year, but you wouldn't know it. And the front bucket's capacity to hold you snug in turns is matched by the back seat's ability to hug its outboard passengers. The rear seats recline and slide, and hitting one of these buttons, they're lit at night, makes it easy for even kids to roll them forward for easier access to the third row. No rival has a simpler system. If you want to carry grown-ups back there, though, consider the roomier QX60, Buick Enclave, or Toyota Highlander. But there's a bit more cargo room behind the third row than in the typical mid-size crossover, plus a handy underfloor bin and above-average volume with all seats folded. Acura prices the 2014 MDX above the Infiniti, Lexus, and Buick crossovers, but below the European brands. All-wheel drive versions begin at $45,300. Front drive versions climb through the same 4 trim levels, but cost $2,000 less along the way. Every MDX has LED headlamps, and as you spend more, Acura adds features like forward collision and lane departure warning. The most popular MDX has all-wheel drive and the technology package. It includes navigation, 19-inch alloy wheels, and other goodies for $49,600. Another $2,000 gets you a rear DVD entertainment system with a 9-inch screen. This is the top-of-the-line Advanced Package model. It comes with rear window shades, a 16-inch video monitor, HDMI input, wireless headphones, and perforated Milano leather. It'll steer you back in your lane and stop and go automatically in stop-and-go traffic. It's priced at just under $57,500. Considering its performance, interior materials, and a host of other details, it's evident the MDX is a bridge between less ambitious crossovers and the true high-end brands. It's a bridge some buyers in both camps ought to explore. For more on cars, trucks, and SUVs, go to CarPreview.com.